So I mentioned on a previous video that I've been to the Netherlands quite a few times, mostly to Amsterdam. I went to a place called Valkenburg in the south of the Netherlands when I was younger, when I was at high school for a school trip. That was a very interesting place, but I don't really know too much about the rest of the Netherlands, but that's what I want to learn about today. So we're going to be watching this one, the 10 best places to visit in the Netherlands. I guess obviously a list like this is going to be subjective. It's not going to be... This is just going to be based on whoever created this video, but I'm sure there's going to be a lot more beautiful, nice places to visit in the Netherlands that are interesting as well. So tell me what you think about this list. Tell me what you think about the places on this list, but if there's any other cool places that are not mentioned on this list, tell me in the comments. I'll do my own research and maybe watch some videos about them as well. Let's watch this. Oh, even a place like this. Where is this? This looks very interesting. I've never seen anything like this. This is just literally rows of houses on the water. That's very interesting. You can just drive your boat straight out. Explain that place to me, please. Very unique. And yeah, this is one thing I do like. I love this sort of architecture. These maybe smaller towns or more traditional type buildings. Very uniquely Dutch, I think. There we see a football stadium. So tell me what town or city this is. Who plays here?
The Netherlands is a densely populated country, in part reclaimed from the sea, with about half of its land lying below sea level. Many tourists only come to the Netherlands to visit Amsterdam, but Holland has plenty to offer outside its capital. Crisscrossed with canals, the flat landscape is perfect for cycling, with historic town centers and classic windmills sprinkled across the country. During springtime, the flower gardens become great tourist attractions, providing a bold spectacle of vivid colors. Here's a look at the best places to visit in the Netherlands.
Now we've seen that windmill there, and obviously that's something that's quite synonymous with Netherlands. Is there any interesting or relatively beautiful windmills that people should know about or that people visit? Is there any in your town that you think are worth visiting? Oh, it's a cool bridge.
Number 10. Gouda. Gouda is a typical Dutch city with lots of buildings and pretty canals, and is a popular destination for a day trip thanks to its great rail and highway connections. The city is famous for its cheese, syrup waffles, candles, and its clay pipes. Attractions in Gouda include the beautiful 15th century town hall and the amazing glass windows in St. Janskerk. The compact city center is entirely ringed by canals and is a mere 5 minutes walk from the station.
Yeah, so again, I know of Gouda just through the cheese. I never actually knew anything about the town itself. It does look very beautiful. That building in the middle of it is pretty stunning as well. Tell me if you're from Netherlands, have you been here before? What's your favourite thing to do here, apart from obviously maybe eat the cheese? And yeah, I mentioned on a previous video as well, like, obviously Netherlands is famous for Gouda, but what other cheeses are popular or that are produced in Netherlands? Looks like a very quaint, nice place.
Number 9. Rotterdam. The second largest city in the Netherlands, Rotterdam is home to one of the biggest and busiest ports in the world, with numerous waterways crisscrossing the city. Having sustained considerable damage during the Second World War, the city is now characterized by futuristic and innovative architecture, although there is still an underlying grittiness to the place. Rotterdam is a lively and diverse place with great museums, cultural attractions, and, of course, fantastic dining options befitting of such a large metropolis.
Yeah, Rotterdam is somewhere I obviously know about. I know about it being this very important port. I know obviously of the football team as well and how passionate their fan base is. I've seen photographs of it before. I mean, even this building here, what is this? This looks pretty spectacular. How do you think it compares to somewhere like Amsterdam? Why would you choose to go to Rotterdam over this? What's good about this place? What's good about Rotterdam? What sort of things would you recommend people do when they go there? I feel like this is definitely somewhere I would enjoy. I like big cities. As much as I love going to these smaller traditional towns, I'm definitely like a city person. And having only experienced Amsterdam, I would definitely enjoy, I would imagine, Rotterdam also. Is this some sort of mall or maybe some sort of station or something? The architecture is so interesting. What city is like Rotterdam? Is that the most interesting place architecturally? Does it have the most unique architecture? That's something I'm interested in as well. I'm not like a huge expert, but I like to visit cities that have nice buildings, appreciate them. From this one so far, Rotterdam definitely looks like one of the most unique places in that respect that I've ever seen. Is it the best architecture in Netherlands? Or most interesting? Oh, that's the station. Really nice. And one thing I notice about the cities in Netherlands, or looking at this and looking at Amsterdam, is there's not really that many skyscrapers. I live in Malaysia and there's just, if you look at the skyline, there's just tall buildings everywhere. You don't really see that, I don't think, in Netherlands. Is that a specific policy, or is that like in Netherlands, do they make a decision not to have a lot of high-rise buildings?
Number 8. Zaanse Schans. The Zaanse Schans is an open-air conservation area and museum about 20 minutes from Amsterdam. It displays the traditional architecture of the area from the 17th and 18th century and contains black and green traditional wooden houses, several functioning windmills, and craftsman workshops, which are open to visitors. The windmills performed a wide range of industrial duties, including wood sawing, threshing grains, and for the production of things like seed and nut oil.
Again, so we're seeing like the Netherlands has huge diversity in the landscapes, in the buildings and things like this. This is obviously another very more quaint town, but I like how they preserve these old buildings, preserve that heart. Being from Scotland, I don't think we've actually preserved enough of our older buildings. They always replace them with like new modern buildings, even if, whether that's a small town or a big city. I really like how Netherlands has this real individual look for these smaller places as well, and how they can really keep a hold of that. Beautiful windmills, man. These ones really cool. Yeah, just tell me what your favourite windmill in Netherlands is.
Number 7. Utrecht. One of the oldest cities in the country, Utrecht's winding canals twist their way around its delightful medieval center, which has the arrestingly beautiful cathedral towering above it. Although the sprawling suburbs do not make the best impression as you enter the city, its tangled web of roads are soon forgotten once you get a feel for this lively place with its fun atmosphere. Thanks in part to its huge student population, the city has loads of cheap and cheerful bars and cafes, as well as lots of great eating options.
Yeah, somewhere like Utrecht, do you think that's a very underrated place? Like, what is this building, man? That's another magnificent building and gardens. But I liked those canals there had a separate little level down below beside the water. Looked like a lot of little cafes and places to sit down and relax. I think that's quite different as well in itself within Netherlands. And yeah, what other good things are there to do in Utrecht? What I'm seeing so far is incredible diversity, but just so much beauty across the country. Would this be classed as a castle? Does Netherlands have a lot of castles?
Number 6. Maastricht.
Actually, I've got some friends who are staying in Maastricht at the moment, so this is actually one place we're planning to visit probably this summer. So tell me more about this. Obviously, I'm going to learn about it here. My friends are Malaysian, they're working there at the moment, and yeah, they've got a lot of great things to say about it, but I don't really know much about the things to do there, but I will be there.
Located in the southernmost tip of the Netherlands, Maastricht's proximity to Belgium and Germany makes it a popular destination for citizens of both nations, as well as the Dutch themselves. A vibrant place, its streets thrum with life. The city is home to a multilingual and multicultural population, as exemplified by its large student body hailing from all around Europe. As such, it is a mix of cultures and very different from other Dutch cities.
Yeah, it does look different, and yeah, can you really see those like influences from Germany and Belgium in there? How does it actually show itself when you're there? As I said, this is a place I'll hopefully be in a couple of months' time, so I'd love to know what good things there are to do there. But yeah, I think its proximity to those other countries is such a good thing. You can travel so easily between those countries, really get those diverse cultures again. Again, these places look so nice just to walk around. Is that a tartan shop?
Number 5. Kinderdijk. Kinderdijk is a beautiful landscape of empty marshes and waterways near the city of Rotterdam. To drain its excess water from the polders, which are situated below sea level, 19 windmills were built here around 1740. They have been well preserved to the present day and can still be used, although enormous mechanical pumps have taken over their task. In summer, tall reeds line the canals, lily pads float on the water, and bird calls break the silence. It's a wonderful and quintessentially Dutch landscape to wander through.
I feel like that's like this stereotypically kind of Dutch place with just those windmills and a lot of flat land. But again, another very nice, enjoyable place to just walk around. Does Kinder mean child in Dutch like it does in German? We see the snow there, we also see some nice weather. When do you think like the best time to visit Netherlands is? Is it during the summer, during winter, spring? What time would you recommend?
Number 4. The Hague. Though not the capital, The Hague is the seat of the Dutch government and is referred to as the International City of Peace and Justice because so many organizations devoted to world peace can be found here. This bustling city of old world charm is home to numerous museums that house some of the world's greatest art collections. The Hague also is known for its seaside atmosphere, with great beaches and dunes that stretch along the coast for as far as you can see.
I actually never knew Den Haag had that big pier. It actually reminded me a bit of like a British seaside town, the way it looked on the beach there as well. But I know obviously how important The Hague is to Europe and international law and things like that. Again, I feel like it's probably another very underrated place that maybe doesn't get talked about enough for people outside of Netherlands. Again, would you recommend people visit here? And there's always these like nice little town squares in a lot of these cities and towns.
Number 3. Delft. A popular day trip destination from Amsterdam, it is easy to see what makes Delft such an attractive option. With its lovely medieval center and picturesque canals crossed by brick bridges and lined with trees, the city is quaint and peaceful. Its most famous son, the painter Johannes Vermeer, is just one of many who has sung its praises over the ages. Famous for the distinctive blue and white tiles and ceramics that are produced here, visiting the Delftware factories is popular among tourists. But despite its wealth of beautiful old buildings, it is the atmosphere, rather than any particular attraction, that makes it worth visiting.
Is that true? I've actually never heard of Delft before. It does look pretty cool. I'm sure there's a lot of places I've not actually heard of in Netherlands, so really enjoying finding out about them. Hopefully find out more about more.
Number 2. Tulip fields. Stretching endlessly into the distance, the Netherlands' colorful tulip fields are one of its most evocative sights. Ever since the late 16th century, when the beautiful bulbs first arrived and tulip mania struck Europe, visitors have been attracted to its fantastic flower beds and lavishly landscaped gardens. By far the biggest and best of its flower parks is Keukenhof, home to around 7 million tulips, daffodils, and roses. Cycling around Holland's fetching fields is a delight, with loads of great photos to be had of pretty purple, orange, and red flowers waving in the wind.
Is that something a lot of Dutch people do? Do Dutch people go to these places and visit them as well? Is that the best one? Is there any other interesting ones as well? But yeah, you can really see like it's so uniquely Dutch, and yeah, again, another like really stunning place, stunning thing.
Number 1. Amsterdam. Amsterdam is a pleasant city marked by meandering canals lined with tall, narrow row houses. It is the city where Anne Frank kept her most famous diary, so visiting the house where she wrote it is a must. This Venice of the North also is a city of great art, beginning with the Rijksmuseum, home to great European masterpieces, Rembrandt's house, and the more modern Van Gogh Museum. Take a break from sightseeing to tour and sample Holland's beer and the Heineken Brewery.
So yeah, I guess it's kind of to be expected that Amsterdam's at number 1, being that it's the most touristy place. What about if you're from another part of Netherlands? Do you like to visit Amsterdam? Is that a place you like to go regularly? And Yeah, what about other places? Somewhere like Eindhoven I never seen on the list. I'm sure there's a lot of places that were not mentioned on this list that probably are worth visiting. Tell me about them in the comments. But yeah, for me, I love Amsterdam, such a wonderful place. When I go to cities, I like to just walk around, and Amsterdam's such a perfect place for it. So many good places to eat, so much amazing museums and attractions like that as well. But yeah, of course I want to just learn more about the rest of the Netherlands as well. Okay, that was pretty cool. So yeah, tell me what you think about that list. Do you think it's fair to have Amsterdam number 1? Tell me your favourite place. Tell me more about where you're from. Tell me the most underrated place in the Netherlands. But I'm going to have more videos about the Netherlands coming soon. So yeah, look out for them. Recommend more. Thanks.